Hello lovely people and welcome to this video. So today I'm just going to do a short video for people with very tight hips. So it's suitable for all abilities, but if you have got very tight hips, just make sure that you go very steady and don't go right deeply into the poses. In time, as you practice and your hips become more flexible, you'll be able to go further into the poses. So we're going to be, I would recommend that you have either a cushion or a soft block like this with you. But to begin with, we're just going to lie down on the ground with your knees bent, heels behind the bottom. This is called semi-supine. And just lying like this, hands down, palms of the hands down, and we're just going to take a moment here just to breathe and land. Beautiful. So to begin with, we're just going to breathe in and raise the arms up and over the chest. So this is just beginning to wake the body up, open the body a little bit. As you bring the hands down, bring one knee into the chest, take hold of it with the hands and give it a really good squeeze. And while you're there, you can just rotate the foot. I know we're doing hips today, but it's good just to bring a little bit of everything in. So then we're going to inhale, put that foot down, bring the arms up and overhead again. And then on the exhale, when the hands come down, grab hold of the other knee. Give this a really good go one way around the other with the ankle. Then we're going to drop that foot down again, up again, inhaling with the arms coming up. We're going to do the same thing again. So exhaling, bringing this first knee back into the chest. And now we're going to see if we can take the other foot long along the mat. So it might be that you can only go to say there, and that feels like it's really pulling on this part of the hip, and if that's fine, just go to where you can go and we're going to breathe. So just taking that leg down as straight as you can get it without it hurting, and then just gently pulling the toes towards the body. One more breath there, and then we're just going to bring both legs up into the chest, taking hold of them both, have a little rock on the ground, and then we're going to take the one that was up before, take that one down, grabbing hold of the other leg, giving it a good old pull into the body, maybe having a little bit of a wiggle, and then see if you can take the other leg long. Again, you might not be able to straighten it, and if not, that's fine. Just go to where you can go. And just gently pulling the toes towards you. So the back of the heel should be on the mat. Another breath there. Beautiful. So then we're going to bring both knees back up into the chest. Have another rock from side to side. And then we're going to put both feet down on the ground and bringing the hands out at shoulder height along the ground. So the feet are rooted behind the bottom here. And we're going to exhale, take the lower spine, the lumbar spine down into the ground. So the tailbone lifts. And then on the inhale, we're curling up the tailbone, lifting the hips up, coming up into the bridge pose. And you're just lifting the hips as high as you can on the inhale. And then exhale, dropping them down. So if it doesn't feel comfortable having the hands out here, you can have them down there. Coming back with the hips on the ground. We're going to do the same thing again. So have your hands wherever you want. Exhale, dropping the lower spine down to the ground. And then curling up the tailbone on the inhale, lifting the hips. And if you like, you can even bring the arms up behind the head if that suits you. So we'll do that once more. So bringing the arms down, making sure that the feet haven't moved, so the heels are behind the bottom. Exhaling, dropping the lower spine into the ground. Inhale, curling up the tailbone, lifting the hips, And only if you want to, just staying there for a breath or two. If this feels too much, then just come down and do another dynamic lifting with the breath. And then when you're ready, dropping the hips down, and we're just going to bring the knees back up into the chest. Having another little rock on the back, and then we're going to roll all the way over. So coming over and coming into all fours. This is where I suggest you have your block or your cushion underneath your knees. So we're coming into all fours, looking between the thumbs. We're just going to do a little bit of cat and cow. So inhaling, looking forward, dropping the spine to the ground. Exhale, looking between the knees, taking the spine to the ceiling. One more of those. So inhaling, looking forward, taking the spine to the floor. Exhale, looking between the knees, lifting up the spine. Coming back to a neutral spine. From here, we're just going to take one leg out behind, it doesn't matter which one, and then just lift that up, trying to keep the bottom straight, if you can, so you're not doing this. And then bring that back. Exhale, take the other leg out, and then inhale, lifting up that foot. Beautiful. Then we're going to come back, we're just going to transition very briefly through the toe squat. So I've got my toes tucked, just to give you a little bit of toe gym here. And then we're going to come up into high kneeling and step forward with one leg. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Now, if stepping into a really long lunge like this just feels too much for you, just keep this leg further back, but make sure that you're not ending up like that, because that's not what we're after. We're after having a good stretch here, but also having the knee over the ankle of the front foot. So just going to where you can go, both hands on the front, on the top of that outstretched knee, and we're just going to very gently on the exhale just drop into, so we're dropping the weight of the body down, really opening up this hip area here. So it might be that you're here and you're just moving forward a little bit, and that's absolutely fine. So just doing what you can do. Don't push yourself too much. Listen to your body. Beautiful. Then from here we're going to lift the hands up, look between the hands. It's always good to have a good stretch. And then exhale, framing that front foot with your hands. Breath here. And then we're going to inhale and move the body back, keeping that foot there. This is opening the hamstrings, but as we know, everything is connected. So rolling that foot back. So I'm rolling this foot, I don't know how well you can see that. And then I'm going to exhale, coming forward, I'm bringing both hands inside of this foot. And from here, I'm just going to see if I can bend the elbows a little bit. Now, if you're super flexible, you might even be able to bring the elbow down, but I'm not doing that myself. So just, this is really stretchy for this, and it's crunchy for the other one. Beautiful. And then we're going to put the hand of the opposite foot down on the ground, tucking the back toe. We're going to come into a twist. So you can either do it with the knee down, or you can raise that back knee, coming into a twist. Beautiful. And then we're just going to come and do the whole thing on the other side. So starting off, just transitioning through the toe squat, stepping forward with the other leg, going to wherever's good with you. And a couple of breaths here, just dropping the body down, opening this back hip. So if it feels really intense, back off a little bit. Just doing what's good for you. One more breath here. So breathing in, moving out of it, exhaling, breathing into it. Then we're going to raise the arms up. Bring the hands down either side of that foot, framing the foot for a moment. And then inhale, moving the body back. Keeping the toes down to begin with, and then curling them upwards. Breath or two there, feeling the opening of the hamstrings, and then coming through both hands inside of this foot And just doing what you can here. So bending the elbows, just giving it a little bit of a scrunch here in the front, stretch in the back. Beautiful. And then opposite hand down, we're coming into this twist, and only if it works for you, lifting that back leg. Wonderful. So coming back down, and we're just going to finish off by coming back over onto the back here and bringing the arms out at shoulder height with the palms either up or down, whichever suits you. Semi-supine here with the feet on the floor, and we're just going to drop the knees down, so rolling on the feet, dropping the knees down to one side and looking over the opposite elbow. Breath there, then inhaling, coming up through centre, and exhaling, going the other way. Beautiful. So we're going to come back to the centre now. If that felt like it was quite a lot for you, then do that again. If you want a bit more, you can bring the feet up into the chest and then drop them down. And you can even take the opposite hand onto the outside of that knee, looking along the other arm. It's a much stronger twist here. Really, really beautiful for the whole body, this pose. And then inhaling, lifting the knees up all the way to the top, going to the other way. You might have your feet on the ground if this is too strong. Inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful. So then just come back up to the centre and we'll just have a moment in Shavasana. So dropping the feet down about mat width apart, arms down by the sides of the body with the palms facing up. Let the feet flop out to the side. Just let the body do whatever it wants to do and stay here for as long as you like. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope that this can help if you've got really tight hips. And have a lovely day. Namaste.